Oh, yes. I was looking at this mail fraud, 18 U.S. Code 1341. Yes. The statute requires proof of the following elements. Any person who intentionally devises a fraudulent scheme, and uses or causes the mails to be used, postal service, or private commercial interstate carrier. Yes. Mm. In furtherance or in support of the scheme. Oh, the definition of fraud. Oh, fraud is the intentional presentation of falsehoods as truth, with the goal of causing someone to part with something of value under false pretenses. The words to defraud commonly refer to the adverse affecting one's property rights by dishonest methods or schemes. Usually involves injury to or loss of property resulting from the use of deceit, trickery, chicanery, or overreaching. Just thinking about this issuance of the protection order where it said uh, order served before you issued the publication on 2013. Yeah. That included the modified protection order of 2012. Yes. It said mail and publication. Oh. Now, the fraudulent use of the mail. It said mail was returned unclaimed. Yes. Exactly where did you send it? Now, let's see. Numerous times the petitioner said that she had mailed certain documentation. Yes. And then it was returned unclaimed. In fact, that dissolution of marriage where you didn't have any proof of service. Wouldn't it be the fraudulent use of the mail as a scheme to get a court to issue a dissolution of marriage? And then I talked to Judge Landis at the arraignment, and I was like, well, I didn't get any notice. In fact, I had emailed law enforcement. Well, they sent it someplace. Is it in the docket information? Now, I know it's a district court question. Yes. But when I found out, are you fraudulently using the mail for the scheme of chicanery, overreaching? Yes. So as to be able to issue failure to appears. It appears so because the traffic violation of the 2 criminal count complaint in Sequim, Washington on December 31st said I was homeless. Yes. But for some reason, nobody. Are you intentionally not updating court records? You're sending everything to the last known address when the courts are fraudulently using the mail so as to issue court orders. Now, I think that would be a fraud of the PKPA, the VAWA, ooch, the Major Crimes Act, ooch, and the Assimilative Crimes Act. Because it should have been court-ordered mailing or publication. That's what the law actually says. Are you intentionally using them? Well, I know the deputy prosecuting attorney had said during the video arraignment that I had knowledge of the court hearing. Yes. But the fraudulent scheme of arresting people because of the court's refusal to update the information from the traffic citation. Yes, that my address is non-existent. Pooch. So you keep sending notice. I'm thinking I can sue you for mail fraud. Now, when we really look at that notice that was put in the Sequim Gazette and it says mail and publication, you're fraudulently using. Well, could you get me all notices that were mailed because of you did actually attempt service 2 times, once during each of the temporary protection orders? Yes. And then how many were mail and publication? And then how many were mail or publication? Poach. Now, the fraudulent use of mail, so as to give you the right to arrest somebody for failure to appear because you know that it's the wrong address that you sent it. I'm thinking, okay, of the last, 25 years of court hearings, How many of those dockets that you get to see that I don't see, pooch, say mail returned unclaimed? Yes. And then for each and every case where you see the word unclaimed, yes, just use a supercomputer right now. I'm going to want to know the address that it was sent to. Yes. And then did it affect a failure to appear? Now I know. Mail fraud. Ooch. The scheme. The chicanery. The overreaching. Po. Now after. Well, I'm thinking, okay. Let's say. What if you got sued for that? Now, that might add another 5 years. You know, when you think about the Assimilative Crimes Act, if you get sued for a misdemeanor, a gross misdemeanor, or a misdemeanor, really, yes, and multiple felonies, does it automatically convert to a felony? Pouch. Now, well, mail and publication, poo. Now, I'm just, that mail fraud's definition, yes, application of the mail fraud statutes, yes. Definitely, the word to defraud commonly refers to adversely affecting my property rights. Yes, my rights as a father. Yes, dishonest methods, deceit, trickery, chicanery, or overreaching. Pooh, what kind of trickery you use? Get me every unclaimed mail everywhere right now. Pew.